Picture this, a single tech behemoth, Meta Platforms, wagering more than $10 billion on one artificial intelligence startup. Is this the ultimate masterstroke in the global AI competition, or a gamble so bold it could tip the balance of power and technology for years to come? Stay tuned, because what Meta is orchestrating right now may not only redefine the future of artificial intelligence, but could also deeply reshape the landscape of global business, national security, and even our daily lives. Meta Platforms, the parent company of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, is reportedly in the late stages of negotiations to invest what could be upwards of $10 billion in Scale AI, a rapidly rising star in the artificial intelligence world. While the final terms of the deal remain unconfirmed, this sum alone would make it one of the most significant, if not the largest, investments in artificial intelligence history. For context, even the most ambitious tech investments of the past decade pale in comparison to this move. But what exactly is Scale AI, and why is Meta so eager to double down on this particular partner? Founded in the year 2016 by Alexander Wang, Scale AI first carved out a niche by labeling images for the emerging self-driving car industry. At that time, the task of turning raw visual data into structured, annotated information was crucial for the development of autonomous vehicles. As the artificial intelligence revolution picked up pace, Scale AI pivoted to meet the explosive demand for massive, high-quality text datasets, fueling the rise of generative AI systems, large language models, and the conversational bots that increasingly power our digital interactions. Today, Scale AI's reach spans over 9,000 cities and towns worldwide, and its clientele includes not only Silicon Valley's elite, but also the United States Department of Defense. Let's put Scale AI's meteoric rise into perspective. In the year 2024, Scale AI's revenue is projected to soar to $870 million, and that is just the beginning. By 2025, analysts expect that figure to explode to as much as $2 billion, a staggering growth rate of over 130% in a single year. The company's valuation after its Series F funding round in 2024 was estimated at approximately $13.8 billion. Meta itself already contributed $1 billion to that funding pool, solidifying its position as a major backer. Yet the numbers only tell part of the story. Scale AI's influence extends deep into critical sectors, especially defense. The startup is currently working on projects such as Thunderforge, a military data initiative, and has been tasked with developing specialized artificial intelligence models like Defense Llama, which are designed to support the modernization of American defense infrastructure. These efforts place Scale AI at the intersection of commercial innovation and national security, raising new questions about the role of private tech companies in shaping the future of warfare and geopolitics. So why is Meta, a company historically known for building most of its technology in-house, suddenly shifting gears to invest so heavily in an external partner? The answer lies in both necessity and ambition. Mark Zuckerberg, Meta's visionary CEO, has declared artificial intelligence to be the company's central focus for the next decade. Earlier this year, Zuckerberg announced plans to allocate up to $65 billion toward artificial intelligence initiatives by 2025. Among these projects is Llama, Meta's proprietary artificial intelligence chatbot, which has already been seamlessly integrated across Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, collectively reaching more than 1 billion users every single month. But Meta's ambitions don't stop there. According to reports, Meta has amassed an internal arsenal of approximately 350,000 NVIDIA H100 chips, some of the most advanced graphics processing units available for training large language models. This investment in hardware underscores Meta's determination to compete at the highest levels of the artificial intelligence arms race. Still, the decision to back Scale AI marks a dramatic departure from Meta's previous playbook. Traditionally, Meta has relied on a blend of open-source development and in-house research teams to build its platforms. This pivot to a deep partnership with Scale AI suggests a recognition that the pace, complexity, and scale of the current artificial intelligence revolution demand new strategies and new allies. It's essential to understand the context behind this strategic move. The artificial intelligence landscape today is defined by a handful of power players, each racing to secure dominance. Microsoft, for example, has invested more than $13 billion in OpenAI, the creator of ChatGPT, securing early market leadership in generative AI. Amazon and Alphabet, Google's parent company, have each committed billions to Anthropic, a formidable competitor in the field. In this escalating battle for artificial intelligence supremacy, Meta cannot afford to be left behind, lest it risk losing its place on the global technology stage. But with great investment comes even greater risk. If Meta's massive bet on scale AI leads to a concentration of power among a few tech titans, what happens to startups and the broader culture of open innovation that has long fueled progress in tech? There is already growing concern that such consolidation could make it harder for smaller players to compete, slowing the very pace of discovery that artificial intelligence promises. Regulatory scrutiny is certain to intensify, particularly with scale AI's deepening involvement in defense projects. Some critics warn that we may be witnessing the emergence of an artificial intelligence industrial complex where commercial, military, and national interests become inseparable and possibly unaccountable. Alexander Wang, the young founder and CEO of Scale AI, has been clear about his ambitions. In a recent statement, he asserted, "Our artificial intelligence solutions will transform today's military operating process and modernize American defense." For some, this sounds like progress and modernization. For others, it is a chilling reminder of the ethical dilemmas posed by the militarization of artificial intelligence. Are we on the verge of creating tools so powerful that they might outpace our ability to control them? As Meta's potential $10 billion investment inches closer to reality, a single question looms. Will this bold move supercharge global innovation, or will it tip the balance toward monopolization, stifling competition, and raising new ethical and societal dilemmas? The answer may very well determine the shape of the global technology landscape for the next decade or more. Let's look further into what's at stake. Meta's colossal wager on Scale AI is about much more than dollars. It is about building the foundational architecture for the next generation of artificial intelligence. If this partnership sets a precedent, we could see a world where a handful of hyper-dominant players consolidate their control over the world's most advanced data, algorithms, and deployment pipelines. Imagine a future where access to the best artificial intelligence tools is dictated by a small alliance of tech giants. This could, on one hand, accelerate breakthroughs in medicine, climate science, and education. But on the other, it might also stifle competition, reduce diversity of thought, and make it harder for upstarts to break through. Some industry analysts believe that this level of market consolidation could pave the way for rapid advances in sectors like healthcare and transportation. Picture Meta's Llama, turbocharged by Scale AI's meticulously labeled data, powering medical diagnostics that save lives, or revolutionizing personalized learning for millions of students worldwide. For example, a hospital in a rural town could use these AI-powered tools to diagnose rare diseases or recommend optimal treatments, narrowing the gap between urban and remote healthcare. In education, children in underserved regions might access personalized learning experiences tailored to their individual needs because of these breakthroughs. Yet the flip side is deeply concerning. As Scale AI intensifies its collaborations with the defense sector, working on projects like ThunderForge and developing models such as Defense Llama, the ethical debate becomes sharper. The use of artificial intelligence in military applications raises urgent questions about accountability, transparency, and the potential for unintended consequences. Dual-use technology, which can serve both civilian and military purposes, often blurs the lines between progress and peril. For instance, autonomous weapons or surveillance systems powered by artificial intelligence could be used for national security, but also risk infringing on civil liberties or escalating global conflict. Regulators around the globe are already taking notice. Governments in North America, Europe, and Asia have intensified antitrust investigations into the growing influence of big tech over the artificial intelligence sector. With Meta's proposed investment, watchdog agencies may soon demand greater transparency, enforce new data sharing standards, or even force divestitures if they perceive threats to competition or national security. In the European Union, for example, the Digital Markets Act could force companies to open up access to their platforms, ensuring competitors are not locked out. In the United States, the Federal Trade Commission is closely monitoring mergers and partnerships in tech, wary of moves that could harm consumers or stifle innovation. The consequences could include a major overhaul of the global rulebook for artificial intelligence, changing how these systems are developed, shared, and governed. There is also growing risk of an ethical backlash from the public, particularly as artificial intelligence technologies increasingly shape decisions about employment, privacy, healthcare, and even warfare. Public trust in artificial intelligence is not a given. It must be earned through transparency, accountability, and evidence that these powerful tools are being used responsibly. What does all this mean for you, the viewer? First, it is a reminder that the artificial intelligence revolution is not just a technical challenge. It is deeply economic, social, and political. The alliances forming today among companies like Meta and Scale AI will determine the products, platforms, and policies that shape your everyday experiences. If you are an entrepreneur, the shifting landscape presents both risk and opportunity. Smaller companies may need to find new ways to collaborate with giants or to carve out specialized niches that the titans overlook. For investors, the message is clear. Understanding the dynamics of artificial intelligence partnerships will be key to spotting the next wave of growth and risk. If you are a developer or researcher, the rise of consolidated networks may affect how you access data, train models, or leverage open-source tools. Changes in licensing terms, interoperability standards, or ethical guidelines could have a direct impact on your work. It is more important than ever to stay informed about shifts in policy, technology, and corporate strategy. But perhaps most crucially, as a citizen and consumer, your voice and choices have never mattered more. Regulatory debates and ethical decisions about artificial intelligence are not confined to boardrooms and legislative halls. They are shaped by public opinion, user feedback, and civic engagement. The decisions society makes now will determine whether the coming wave of artificial intelligence innovation benefits the many or simply serves the interests of the powerful few. Your advocacy for transparency, fairness, and accountability can help ensure that artificial intelligence serves the common good. To revisit our opening question, will Meta's partnership with Scale AI unleash a new era of unparalleled innovation, or will it entrench monopoly power and introduce a host of new ethical challenges? The reality is likely to be complex. Both outcomes may happen simultaneously. We are standing at the threshold of an extraordinary era for artificial intelligence, rich with promise but also fraught with risks. The best-case scenario is one where Meta and Scale AI's collaboration accelerates progress in ways that benefit people everywhere, while vigilant regulators and an engaged public ensure that fairness, diversity, and accountability are preserved. The worst case? A future where a handful of corporations determine the fate of billions, with limited oversight or recourse. There is one more secret, often overlooked, that deserves mention. Scale AI's data labeling platform is powered by the contributions of people from more than 9,000 cities and towns across the globe. Behind every artificial intelligence breakthrough stands a vast, mostly invisible network of human effort, reminding us that, no matter how advanced our machines become, the future of technology still depends on people working together. If this analysis made you think, provoked new questions, or offered a fresh perspective, we want to hear from you. Where do you see the artificial intelligence power struggle heading next? Share your views in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth explorations of the forces shaping our technological future. The next chapter in artificial